I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kind of like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box with our own.
All good? Yeah. Nice. So you remember in Adventure Time when he was like, what was in those pies, Nepter? And he was like, it's just boysenberry.
Oh shit, the light was crazy right there.
And
we put on your face.
And poison. Like, I've been watching it. Anyway. So what we're doing today is actually something that, have we talked about this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, go ahead.
So it's S-Force, also known as S-Force. And yeah, it's kind of a goofy build, and we're opening up on triple Rappa. That's what they call me. At work, yes, my workplace is incredibly hostile. Microaggressions everywhere. Anyway, I'm just playing, please don't be mad. So basically, Rappa, what she'll do, what's that on porch? Only the real remember. So Force Rappa, when you normal her, you get to, you know, banish a what's it called? Bring this back to your hand, and then special one from the deck. It's pretty goofy, if you ask me. And I'll tell you what that links up with in a little bit. But next up is Gravitino. When Gravitino is normal or special, you get to add one S-Force card. Or
Keeps auto-focusing on your hands.
yeah. Or for the layman, S-Force cards.
S-Force.
Next up. Oh, also anything in its column is banished. I'm gonna tell what the column effects are afterwards, after I put all of them down. Next up is S-Force Edge Razor. Edge Razor lets you special out an S-Force in your hand. We got double Platina. Platina lets you special summon a banished monster. Then we got Retroactive, also known as Force Retrograde. Because what you can do is actually use this in your hand as link material for a Force card. Next up, we got Lape Swell. Force Lape Swell. Damn, that's crazy.
Should I blow shit up, right?
Yeah, just blow stuff up. Oh, also if it's special summon, you can target an S-Force card in the graveyard and special summon it. Next up, we got Force Orifice. Genuinely, I can never remember what this card does. Like, your opponent can't target any of their monsters in the same column as an S-Force. Damn.
Which kind of sucks.
Told you guys I was gonna wait.
It kind of sucks because like if it should have been like can't target your monsters in the same column as S-Force cards, and it would have made it like pretty good, but it's kind of bad.
And if you control this Force card and your opponent summons a monster, you can special this out.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Which is pretty goofy. So, real quick, this card right here, it doesn't let you, you can only target monsters in the same column. This card right here removes everything from play that's sent. This card right here won't let you link 3 or higher
in the same column.
This card right here boosts or drops all of your opponent's monsters by 600. This card right here blows up the board. This card right here is what prevents activated effects.
Lets you combo off essentially.
Yeah.
During your main phase.
Yes. And I've informed you of the other ones. But here's the kicker. You can special out so many at one time that there's always basically every single effect active all at once, which is insane. It's the reason why I love this deck. It's also a reason why, personally, I think that like Senate Switch should come back in play. Or is it already in play? Triple Psy-Frame Gamma, which you know what that means. Single Psy-Frame Driver.
Finally, this packages in deck the lore goes with. So
Not for real. Like these cards have been
because he
thrown
says
into everything.
a psychic soldier that rides into battle against the security forces on currents of lightning uses an atomic amplifier called Cyframe.
That's crazy. Wait, you said against? Damn.
Yeah.
That's wild. That screams racism. Next up is Force Bridgehead, which I think could have had a much better name. I don't know why. Like, I understand like bridge, and he's like he's going through like channels of light. That's the bridge that they're referring to. But my thing is, really, Bridgehead sounds so dumb.
It's kind of a cool field spell though.
It's a cool field spell because it lets you add one. Also, you can't destroy monsters in the same column as your S-Force card once per turn, which is pretty sick. I love it. That being said, hate the name. What I do love, however, is terraforming.
Yeah, of course.
Terraforming is really great, but realistically, it's pretty easy to like jump in with a Gravitino and use that. Next
When
up,
I say Terraform is broken, everybody thinks I'm insane. But
people
Terraform
think it's
actually
stupid.
is
I
kind
said
of
it.
broken.
I said it at a tournament. Someone looked at me like I was dumb, and I was like, "Shut up."
People don't
Shut
understand,
up.
like, a lot of cards with, like, minimal text are, like, absolutely insane.
Well, I told
like,
the guy, I was like, "You say that again, I'm gonna put you in a locker." He had like a full-blown panic attack. He was like, "Not again."
What the fuck?
Extravagance. You don't know what this does? Oh man, nice time reading it. So this card right here will let you.
Like, when I say Call by the Grave should be banned, they're like, what the fuck?
Not for real.
Card's
So-
sacky.
So this card will let you special summon an S-Force monster in
your
defense
hand.
position from your
Yeah.
hand, or it lets you target a monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Sounds like Rappa for real. Next up, reinforcement. I know what you're thinking. Oh, Edge Razor. No.
No.
Edge Razor is like a psychic or something.
Cyburst.
Cyburst. It's so embarrassing. What were we talking about before? Ah, Call by the Grave.
by the
That's
Grave.
wild.
Sacktastic.
Called by the Haunted for real. There can only be one. Goes without saying, there can only be one. That's all you really have to say about it.
The
Because
kind of silly thing about this deck is everything's literally like a different type. So go ahead.
Bella Porch is like struggling. Next up, we got S-Force Chase, which basically what this card does.
Compulse.
Yeah, it's compulse, except based on the number of S-Force cards.
Yeah.
Additionally, if you would have to banish a monster to activate the effect of a card, then you can just remove this instead. So it's kind of like, yeah.
Nice.
This is great for Rappa. One card that I thought was like kind of lame at first, but mainly because I didn't use it. So you can target an S-Force monster that's banished or in the graveyard and special summon it. That's S-Force Specimen.
Yeah, this card's crazy.
Now, what's more crazy about it is that when it's in the grave, you can actually banish it to Senate Switch, like quick effect Senate Switch.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I said, is Senate Switch in play? It is. This is like the spiritual successor, the great, like one of the best versions of Senate Switch, because you just like, I used it against someone where I like literally it was Gravitino,
Yeah.
and so I like swapped Gravitino so their monster would be like banished. It's crazy.
Gravitino's crazy. Macrocosmos, basically. Speaking
Or
of,
Different Dimension Ground. Damn, that's crazy.
like, is that Dark
Imagine.
Lucius getting slashed by DD Warrior Lady? That's crazy. I don't even know about
That's
that.
wild. DD Warrior Lady was like the
You
original
remember Dark Lucius, like
Oh.
level 4 and 6, and
that like no one ever used.
yes, I bought them all in max rarity just because I thought
He bought them.
they
He
were
thought they were gonna like turn into something. And
They just weren't.
And then level cards just vanished
cool. Yeah, they
altogether.
just stopped. I was like, damn.
Next up is actually gonna be Macrocosmos. I know what you're
Do
thinking.
you summon Helios, the primordial sun, off of it, or
Yes,
that's crazy?
you can. I don't because I don't have that card. Mainly because I don't have enough money for it.
Alright, go, let's
You
go
know there are
to the next
3
one.
forms of that,
Yeah.
and each time they're destroyed, they come back stronger.
The big baby has to be sent to the grave. But the only problem with that is most of the time you have Macrocosmos up,
Yeah.
so he's pretty anti-synergistic with his own like design.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know what isn't though? Psy Frame Lord Omega. As you know, this honorary zombie. If you've ever wondered, man, we've talked about all these cards at like to the degree where like we've talked about all these cards to the point where like, how do you not know what these cards do? Appaloosa. Next up, Boral Sword Dragon. I mean, yeah, it's not fair, but like, who said life was fair? So I'm just gonna move these over.
I don't know if you remember a few formats ago, people were saying Boral Sword should be banned.
You know what should be banned?
What?
Avermax.
That's crazy.
That is wild. I used this against Rogelio the other day. He like boosted his monster, so I boosted mine.
Damn.
He boosted it. He boosted it to like, I think it was what's that card? Trinity?
Yeah,
And then he used Honest Neos. So 75,
yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
effect. And he was like, what?
Shout out.
Made me
Shout out
shocked.
Galileo. I was like, yo, you gonna support this channel? I'm not really a YouTube guy.
Next up, S-Force Justify. So monsters can't be summoned in the columns
Fucking idiots,
that
bro.
this points to. Additionally, you can quick effect, like target one monster, negate its effects, and then move it to a column that this points to. And what's that? When it attacks, you just banish all the monsters in the columns that it points to. That's crazy. That's like ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I've used it a good bit, and people never seem to be happy about it, but I am. Next up, Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare of a card, for real. Next up, Double Nightmare Phoenix. Aw man, I wonder what else he's got in there. Nightmare Cerberus. What else? Nightmare Mermaid. What's the other one? Goblin?
Yeah, I think so.
Like-
Yeah.
Like, dog, that's Martians versus Goblins for real.
I feel like-
Nightmare
I feel
Martian.
like Mermaid could come back.
I mean, if Joel came back, anyone can.
If Mermaid, yeah, go ahead.
IP Masquerena?
Crazy.
IP Macarena for real. So like, quick effect, link into something. Oh, what's that? You forgot? They like can't be destroyed at that point? Oh, that's crazy. Couldn't be me forgetting. Mainly because I'll be using IP like that. I'll be going straight into Justify. I'll be having full setup to go into Avermax, and it's like Avermax would win me the game, but Justify is more fun.
That's why you're like, hey there, stop.
And then there's Dark. The Dark Charmer, Gloomy.
Yeah. This is crazy against DP.
Yeah, I mean DPE will get its Ash 8 for real. Speaking of which, I did like in fact hit someone with Ash on DPE, and they like tried to bring it back the next turn. I was like, no. I was like,
Wait, Ash doesn't work.
not Ash.
Oh, fucking Ghost Bell?
Yeah, Ghost Bell. I was like, no.
I think it uses Alright, that's it for this one.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Like it, comment.
Also, tell me.
You go see the local blog where King does this. I think last tournament he went like X2 with it. So
At Mech Knight, Crusadia Avermax.
yeah, he's a Crusader now.
Do you want me to like cosplay as him?
No.
No,
Alright,
like I'm asking them.
Oh.
Comment down below if you think I could pull it off. If not, I could. I mean,
maybe. I mean, like the video if you haven't already. Comment if you want to see this in a vlog form. Subscribe if you haven't already.